Yep. What's going on? It's Terrence Ray back at you with a stock market update live. I'm going to close out the week with you guys on this Friday. We're going to talk about some stuff that I got currently. We'll pull up the portfolio in just a minute, go over some stuff. We'll go over a trade that I put on today in Meta, and I may throw something on just to put some on um, towards the end of the video. We'll see. Right at the end of the bell, we'll see what we can get. All right. So let's do a little recap. I didn't go live yesterday, but yesterday, let's see, I did place a scalp today. I bought, which I totally like I ain't gonna say I messed up because I didn't lose money. It was only like a little $50 scalp right here. But the trade actually got up about 800-900 bucks because Tesla went crazy. Uh Tesla, I bought in like around the first hour and it got up to about, you can see right here, it got up to, what's that, 439. And I had bought it was a little day trade. I had bought this 427 and a half. It's still above, even though the bell about to close, the market about to close and the bell about to go off. And it's still above what I paid for it. So just let you know that it was up like a grand or whatever, but I got out. Um, but it's okay. You can't lose money taking profit. However, I was upset with myself because it opened to get, it was just at the beginning, it was just chopping around, right? But anyway, that's that. So I just recapped I don't do a whole lot of day trading or scalping or anything like that. I did do a trade. I think yesterday I did one in let's see if I can pull that up. I did it in the micros. And if I go back 2 days, let's see, we'll go back 2 days. I'm gonna be able to. So I bought it actually ended up going, if I go all the way back to yesterday, you'll be able to see I bought in like somewhere right around in here, came down, stopped me out, which is why I don't like day trading. But then look what happened today. And I wasn't gonna hold it overnight, but if I had a held it overnight, it would have been a monster trade as well. So I do lose trades. Yesterday, I think the loss was like $73 or whatever. So I almost recouped all of that today. No biggie, right? Now, let's get into the portfolio. So basically, on the day, we had a monster move in the S&P 500. Uh, the futures are up a whole percent. NASDAQ futures are up over 1.5%, almost getting close to 2%. Dow futures are up 0.89%, what, 0.75%, and then the Russell futures are up about a little over 0.25%. So the market was up today, had a nice move, and therefore the mag, what they call the mag 7, those all, you got Meta, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Tesla, Netflix, Nvidia. So when you see those up, that's a good indication that the overall market is doing pretty good. Now, let's take off the scalp that I had. So right now, if you're looking at, you'll see I still have the put spread that I put on in the wheat futures. Been had that on for about 2 days. It's down about $50. I got about 35 days to go. I will not hold it for the whole 35 days. So we'll just sit. I don't mind being down $50 in it. We'll sit and see what happens uh, in that trade. The IWM, which is an Iron Condor. If I pull up the Iron Condor, we go to the options chain. Iron Condors are slow moving trades. So you gotta kind of, be patient. That's why it's better sometimes to sell naked options, like instead of having this wing, but you gotta put up a whole lot more. If I had a sold these without the wings and just sold them naked, I probably would have been out and collected probably a buck or so in this trade already. Um, but because it's an iron condor, it's a slow moving trade. So if you're looking at the option chain, you'll see on the call side, it's still here's the price right here. Here's my call side um, spread over here, and here's my put spread over here. So all a iron condor is uh, two vertical spreads. You got one out here and one out here. And you basically want the market to stay in between. If we were to pull up the analysis tab to look at it, this is what it would look like. You see, right where it's green is where I make money. And as long as the price action stays within here, it'll slowly continue to make money on a daily basis. We just needed to stay within this range. And you can see on the position tab right now, currently it's just up 10 bucks. Right? Those are the two positions that I had on coming into the day. Now, and what I did uh, a little earlier today was Meta. Let's look at Meta. We'll look at the chart, and then I kind of like this is a trade that I don't do a whole lot of, but uh, we'll go into my thinking. So basically, we're just looking at the chart like this right here. What can we see about this chart? For the most part, it's up and to the right. So when you see charts looking like this is a pretty, healthy chart for any stock, any underlying. If you especially if you own the stock. Now, if you're long, if you're short, yeah, this not a good chart for you. Now, what I noticed when I was just going through cycling through some stocks, clicking on different ones. Uh, I'm looking here. I see I got a pole, so this will be my flag pole. And don't this look like a little flag? So if you put in your mind, if I was to go all the way out with this, it would come to a point. And it's almost like, and then you have a pole. So it could be like a technical analysis. Some people will call this a pennant, and some people will call it a flag. Either way, right? I can see that price action is trading within a range, no matter what you call it. And generally, what happens when price action trades in this range or in ranges, you get them to continue like this, and then you get a breakout in either direction. Now, I don't really care what the kind of trade that I put on. I don't care what direction it goes in. We're gonna talk about it. It's called I put on an Iron Condor, but instead of selling the Iron Condor, I bought the Iron Condor, which is something that I learned to be um, that I was taught to call it like a gamma iron. Basically, I'm buying it because I want to see an explosive move out of here. I want to see the stock accelerate out of this range to the upside or to the downside. So instead of selling the expected move like I did in IWM, I'm buying that move. Now let's pull up Meta. We'll go to we had the monthly. We're in February. See right here. So these are flipped. So I bought the 675, sold the 680. Then I went equidistant to the other side. So basically from 615 to 675, it's what, 60 bucks, right? So I went 60 bucks down and went here. So bought the 555, sold the 550. Now, if we look at the analysis tab, we'll see this is reversed from the IWM one. Excuse me. I don't want the stock to stay within this range. I want a big move out of this range. Excuse me. Now, with that being said, not just the chart is telling me I I expect a big move. Yeah, I see this chart, but also we have earnings on January 29th. I'm expecting some things to happen. Hopefully I get them. If I don't, then that's fine. I'm good at taking losses. But also I put together this chart, like this pattern with this. This is my squeeze indicator. And right down here at the bottom, I got dots. I got red dots. Red dots meaning that there's a squeeze on the indicator as well. And generally when it comes out of this squeeze, like if you see right here, we had red dots here. Look what happened when it came out. Got a big move. If I get this kind of move out of here, whether to the upside or the downside, I'll take profit on this trade. So basically, we'll recap this real quick. And then after I recap it, then I'm going to go on and I'm going to put on the bracket order as well. So when buying a gamma iron condor, I'm basically buying the expected move in Meta, uh, buying the 675. I always go to the call side first, buy the 675, sell the 680. Then go equidistant. So if it was $60 this way, I'm gonna go $60 that way, and then go right over here, buy this put, sell this call, and set up my gamma iron condor. I'm looking for an explosive move in Meta. I got earnings coming. On Monday, we also got the inauguration um, for President Trump. So we got the TikTok potential banning coming on Sunday. So we got a lot of things that can make this market move. And you say, well, what does TikTok have to do with Meta? It can affect Meta in the fact that, let's say the ban continues to go through, people move their content from TikTok to Instagram or to Facebook, and that could have an effect on Meta's stock. So I'm playing that. I'm putting my money that we're gonna get a big move there. Now let's go ahead and put in the take profit. It's a certain way that I take profit here. I'm gonna click on Meta on the position tab, click Iron Condor, left click. Now I'm gonna right click it, and then I'm gonna go to bracket. Now the way I set my bracket up for these particular um, gamma irons is I'm going to close this once it hits 30% profit. Once it hits 30%, I want to be out. I hold it. Worst case scenario, I'm not taking any more than a 65% loss. Now, some of you all may say, well, man, you risking two to make one. Yes, that puts probabilities on your side when you do that. If it's 1 to 1, you got 50-50. I like to my edge is in my analysis, right? I trust my analysis and what I see. I'm gonna click review seeing, and I don't even have to be looking at this for it to get me out. And you guys can see it right there. Now the both of these are working. Whichever one gets hit first will automatically close the other one. And that trade is on. So a trade like this can be done if you working a job or you can't sit at the screen all day. You don't have to. But like I was saying, when you're dealing with risking one or risking two to make one, I'm putting the probabilities on my side, right? If you're risking one to make one, it's a 50-50. But once I start moving, I accept a little less and risk a little more. Then you start putting yourself in getting in and out of trades early instead of waiting because we could quite possibly get a big move on Monday or sometime during earnings. And then instead of me trying to get as much as I can get out of the trade, trying to make $200 out of it or whatever, I'll take that and then move on and look to reestablish or put another trade on. If that makes any sense to anyone. Hopefully it does. Hopefully you get it. All right. Now, what I also, since I got through that, I got through the recap of the current trades I have on. We went over the meta trade that I just put on today, let's talk about maybe doing something like a butterfly, a weekly butterfly. Now, what I wanted to talk about, let's see, next week. Now, it's kind of odd, but next week we only have a $77 expected move, which means that the market this week we had a $104 expected move, and we got every bit of that this week, meaning the market was predicted to be more volatile this week than it is for next week. So, which is kind of odd to me. You would think that with the inauguration, we might be expected to get more of a boom, to the upside or something like that. But the option chain is telling us like, hey, that's not the case. So which is like I always said, uh the option chain will tell you what's expected in the market. You can always look at the expected move and tell what's expected. And that's why a lot of times you don't necessarily have to pay attention to the news. Like I knew we were gonna have some big moves this week just by knowing the expected move for the week. So if I wanted to do like a weekly butterfly, right? I have some bullish trades on. Basically I got this wheat futures trade on, which this is bullish trade that I want to go up. This IWM trade is actually negative delta, so this is a little bit bearish. It's leaning a little bearish because we've got the up move today, and this is a neutral trade in Meta. So I can pretty much go either direction with this butterfly. And looking at the chart, we sitting right here. What do we think that it's gonna continue to go higher, or that we're gonna get a downturn and go lower? That's all we is. And basically, I flip a coin. Whichever one is trading the best, that's which one I'm gonna put on. Now, this is just let's go look at. We'll put it on butterfly. We're gonna do a long butterfly because we want to buy this, and let's do it on the put side. Let's hit go. So let's go over here. Where's the rest of it? Let's put in ratio spread, and I don't want a ratio spread. Let's see. Tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and make it up myself. Basically, I was just gonna come down here and wrap it around this expected move. We're gonna sell this. We're gonna sell two of these, right? And then we're gonna buy one of these. So basically, this is a butterfly, and I'm doing it on the expected move, right? So I'm trying to pin it to the downside right here. Now I could take this and try to do it over here if I want. Um, but I already decided. Let's see how it prices. It's saying $20 over here, right? Let's see how it prices over here on the call side. We'll buy this one. We'll sell this, buy this, and we want to pin it. Now it's trading for a little bit more money over here on the call side. Down here it's oscillating back and forth between 25, $30, $35 right here. $40. I'm not gonna pay. I'd rather pay because this is a almost like a flip of the coin, basically, and it's a very low probability of hitting these. But I just wanted to do something for the actual video, make it worth doing. Doing the show. I like to do trades on the show, so I think we're gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with this one over here and see if I can get filled. First of all, I'm gonna leave it. I'm not going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to do a $5 wide, see if I can get this filled for if I can get it filled for $5, I'll put it on there. I doubt it. I doubt I feel at $5. So I got it at 5, which I doubt I get filled there. Let's go. Let's try 10. Let's see if we can get priced for 10. Oh, there we go. So you guys can see I did get filled at I think I had my at $10. See, you see it says butterfly. I only paid $10 for it. It is a $5 wide butterfly. Let's go back to the option chain and then I'll show you how it has the potential to make money. And we're just taking a flip of the coin. Here we go, right here. Basically, we need this trade to make money. We want the price of the stock to end up here. Max profit is $490. So I spent $10 with an opportunity to make $490. Now, it's not a you gotta darn near hold it to the hold on, did I put on the right? Did I put the right one on, guys? I think I may have put the let me go back to the table. No, I had to put the right one on. January 24th. I just wanted to make sure. Let's go back to the curve view. Now, that means because I need the price action first, I need the price action to cooperate with me and make its way down here to 59.30 by sometime next week, by Friday. If I don't get that, I lose the $10. All right, which I'm cool with. But all I'm doing is playing the expected move. And we're gonna see if the stock gets down there. I ain't trying to make the full 490. Since I paid $10 for it, I'll be honest with you, I'll probably try to sell out of this for anywhere between 60. Once it gets right around $60, I'll take anything out of it that I can get. You pay $10 for something and you make 60, 70. A home run would be $100 because you only paid 10 for it. And if you can put, let's say, if I did one of those every week, right? 4 weeks out of a month, and I did one every week, and I hit one for $100 out of the four, and you lose $10 the other 3 times, you come out on top. So it's a cheap trade. It's something to just have something on to be engaged, to keep the engagement up. And I told you guys when I do videos, I like to do live trades, and so here we go. Even though I don't really expect to win a whole lot on it. We'll just see. I just wanted to have something on just in case we get a sell off next week. And then once again, so right now we got our trade, our butterfly on in SPX. We have our Iron Condor on in Meta, our Gamma Iron. We have our traditional Iron Condor on in IWM, and we have our put spread on in the week futures. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm pretty anxious to see what happens with TikTok. See if they get if something happens at the last minute. I seen on CNBC that the CEO of TikTok is planning on going to the inauguration. Like he made it public that he was going to go to the inauguration. So obviously he's trying to get Trump. He's trying to get President Trump to step in and see if he can do something to uh stop the ban from going. I use TikTok. I do post some stuff on TikTok. TikTok is pretty much my go-to for like reviews and stuff like that. When I'm thinking about going to a restaurant, a date night, something like that. I go to TikTok. Like I got a watch list of different cities and different places, places I want to go. Even international, I had like some stuff on there. Like if I go here, then I'm gonna check this place out. So I do understand that what some people are saying, they trying to say that it might be a what's the term I look for? It might be a threat to national security. I think, and then they talk about the data that they collect. I don't think it's any different from anybody else here in any of these other companies in the states. I don't know about you guys, but I get something in the mail or I get an email seem like every other day about a data breach. Your data been collected, been sold, or it's been leaked or something like that. So I don't see how, maybe they're saying that they can't hold TikTok accountable for it or something like that. I don't know. I personally think it's something else, but uh maybe I'll talk about that on another stream. I think it's another reason why they don't want you to have TikTok, right? Because you can't. Well, I'll go ahead and say it now. It's hard to. Someone can get on TikTok and tell a really big lie, or they can tell a really big truth, and they can get out. And it's hard to be for it's hard for our government to stop that. And so you take with that what you what you may. So hey guys, hit the like button, subscribe, follow, share, do all that good stuff. Let me know what you trading, what stocks you in. Um, if you got a particular trade that you want to hear me go over, something you don't understand. Um, if it's something that you don't quite get with options, uh, let me know, comment, and then I'll come on here and I'll do a video. I'll make it real easy. I don't use all the textbook jargon. If it's something that you can't explain away and make it simple, you don't really understand it yourself. It's not we don't have to make it complicated. You want the stock going up, you want to buy it. When the stock going down, you want to short it. Simple as that. And then when you come in and all of these different type of options that I'm using, it's just expressing my bias on what I think the stock is going to do. And it is what I think the stock is going to do because no one knows exactly what the stock is going to do. I think the stock is going to break out of here with a high velocity. I don't know that. And so with me thinking that, then I find a trade that match what I think. And then I put it on. That's why I bought the Iron Condor instead of selling it. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. Peace.